I'm making sunshine for the journey. I'm making sunshine for the journey. I'm making sunshine for the journey. And I am making it right now.
Hey, everybody. My guest today is Rachel Bradley, the Executive Director of SISU. This nonprofit organization based in Oklahoma City helps unhoused teens and young adults between the ages of 16 and 24. Welcome to the Ready, Set, Go show, Rachel.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Can you tell us what the word SISU means?
SISU is a Finnish word that doesn't exactly translate into English, but it means something along the lines of resiliency, tenacity, bravery in the face of adversity. Not a momentary courage, but the ability to maintain that courage over time.
Great. What does SISU do?
SISU Youth Services is a low-barrier, identity-affirming space in Oklahoma City where unhoused, transition-age youth find the shelter and support they need to pursue the life they want. So we offer an emergency shelter where young people can stay the night. We've got a drop-in center with basic supplies and necessities. And then we also have several housing programs and case managers to help young people as they walk along the way to find whatever that next step is for them, but something more stable than nowhere to live.
That sounds incredible. So how has it changed over the years?
We've been around for just about 10 years now, and we started as just that clothing closet, really just providing one little service one day a week. But we saw the need that young people really didn't have a place to go. They might be couch surfing or hopping from place to place, but having a reliable place to stay every night was really tough. So we worked to open emergency shelter. And from that, we grew several housing programs and that case management support to really make sure that young people didn't have to do it alone, that they had an adult to walk with them through all the hard parts.
How many beds do you have?
In our current emergency shelter, we have 20 beds. I have 15 overflow mats, which get used more often than not. And then we also have space in our housing programs for up to 36 young people.
That's just so incredible. I mean, to imagine you just started with clothes once a week and here you are.
It's grown a lot, but the need has grown. We've seen a lot of increase over the last few years.
I'm sorry to hear that, but thankful that you're there to help the people who need it. So how many teens and young adults do you help on the average day?
So like I said, we have space for 35 in that emergency shelter, but we typically see somewhere closer to 40 or so every day in that space. Those might be young people who are living nearby but need some free laundry or to get a meal that doesn't cost too much, or they're coming by to work with the case managers and make sure that they're getting those next steps in. We also have the housing programs where, again, about 35 to 40 young people reside, but we also work with young people who might be on something like a voucher or another state assistance, or maybe they were able to get themselves housed. They had a job and they were able to do that, but they just still need a little bit of support. So anywhere from 40 to probably 80 young people that we can help each day.
Wow, that's so amazing. So how big is the problem of homelessness right now for young people in Oklahoma City?
Unfortunately, homelessness is on the rise, especially among young people. So this year, SISU has served 505 different youth throughout all of those different programs. But there's a lot of young people experiencing homelessness, and it doesn't always look the way you expect. Young people are really great at blending into their surroundings, making sure that maybe their classmates don't know that they're experiencing homelessness. So it's kind of hard to count. But typically every year, we'll do a point-in-time count in the middle of January when it's pretty cold. And we try to find every single person that's experiencing homelessness. Last year, we counted 170 youth or young adults, so that 15 to 24-year age range. And that number is about a 100% increase from 5 years ago.
Wow, that's so many more. I'm so sorry to hear that. Can you share some ways that you see SISU in action?
Absolutely. I can talk about SISU all day, but I think one of my favorite stories is probably the best thing to share with you, if that works.
That's perfect.
So one of our young people, he came to us in 2021. He was 20 years old. He had been at college, had a rocky couple of last years of high school, and ended up experiencing his first episode of psychosis that year in college. So he wasn't able to stay in the dorms. He went to a supportive center and was able to get medication and get stabilized and really work with a therapist to talk about what he wanted to do next. But he didn't have a safety net to fall back on. There wasn't family that he could move back in with. So he ended up with SISU, stayed with us for maybe like 75 days before we had housing available for him. He lived in our apartments for a couple of months. He then moved out on his own with a voucher, and now he's supporting himself 100%. He tells me that he's stable and doing well. He's been a member of the Youth Action Board, which does a lot of governing and advocacy work for young people experiencing homelessness in the state. And he also is working as a crisis center operator with the 988 program here in the Metro. So he gets to use his personal experience and his that tenacity, that grit, that resiliency that he built over the last several years in helping other people overcome similar situations.
Wow, that's just incredible. What a blessing. So how can families and other people help?
One way that families help the people at SISU is by providing a hot meal every single night of the year. So you can sign up to cook something with your family, with your church group, with your Sunday school class, or you can order pizza and the young people enjoy it just the same. That's a huge piece and something that's really important to helping young people feel comfortable and taken care of in our space. It's also really important for us to have some items on hand for everyone that comes in, like new underwear and socks and deodorant. And so doing an item drive or collecting things like that for SISU is always a huge help.
That sounds great. Well, is there any other way that people might help during the holidays specifically?
Because our shelter is so transitional, the young people staying there tonight might not be the same people staying there next week. But we'd love to do stockings for everyone that have a lot of fun things in them. So one way that the people get really involved over the holidays is by adding to that stocking stuffer stockpile. So things like headphones, candy, phone chargers, makeup or lotions, fuzzy socks, little toys, card games, all of those kind of things are really great to have in those stockings for young people to have on Christmas morning.
Oh, that sounds like a great way to participate. So if a listener knows someone who needs help or needs help themselves, how can they find SISU?
The easiest way to find our information is online. That's just sisuyouth.org. You can also just call. We're happy to talk to you, or we have our Facebook Messenger available if that's the best way to chat. But we'd love to be able to get in contact and provide some resources for any young person that might be in need. SISU is SISU and then youth, youth.org.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining us today on the Ready, Set, Go show, Rachel.
Thanks for having me, Miss Katie.
I'm making sunshine for the journey. I'm making sunshine for the journey. I'm making sunshine for the journey. And I am making it right now. And then I watch the news and think, well, where do I even begin? And then I think again, if not me, who? And if not now, when? If not me, who? And if not now, when? So I'm gonna put one foot in front of the other, 1 foot. I'm gonna put 1 foot in front of the other, 1 foot. I'm gonna put 1 foot in front of the other, 1 foot. Yes, and I'll be on my way. Yes, I'll be on my way.
How you gonna make sunshine?
I'm going to open my mind.
Open my mind.
Do what makes me smile inside. Then I'll share my smile with you. And like a wave, it will reach others too. I'm gonna put 1 foot in front of the other, 1 foot. I'm gonna put 1 foot in front of the other, 1 foot. I'm gonna put 1 foot in front of the other, 1 foot. Yes, and I'll be on my way. Yes, I'll be on my way. And I'm making sunshine for the journey. I'm making sunshine for the journey. I'm making sunshine for the journey. And I am making it right now. Say that again. Yes, I am making it right now. One more time. Yes, I am making it right now.
Sunshine.
The Ready, Set, Go show is part of the Possibilities podcast platform.